Okay, we are back. Thank you so much again, teachers, for participating in the webinar today. What we're going to do is we're going to introduce Literacy Planet to everyone, and we're going to quickly go through how to get your own Literacy Planet account and what does it mean for you, basically. Just a quick overview. Literacy Planet is an app that is found on your XOs. Actually, if you have your XOs on, you'd be able to find it on your home page. Hang on, let me actually get mine up and running. So if you press your app drawer, you'll be able to find it. Actually, let me get my trusty highlighter out. You'll be able to find it right there. There you go. So, okay. So to launch us off, what I wanted to do is just start off with a quick poll. If you guys can just have a quick, uh, quick click on this poll, that'd be great. Sorry, Paul. Can you hear me a little bit better now? Fantastic. I might change my headphones because this microphone is not that effective. Hang on a second. I'll just put you on mute and I'll quickly change devices. Hello, folks. Can you hear me better now? Mhm. Okay. So just basically having a look at the, yep, excellent. Just basically having a look at what we've had so far. So just sharing what we found on the poll. So from the looks of it, majority of you have seen the forums, and there's a good percentage who haven't as well. So just to let you know, with the forums, it's a way for you to communicate to us directly. Let me just share my screen again. There you go. So this is just a method for you to communicate with us directly. As a teacher, you can log in using your XO ID. And if you haven't gotten an XO ID, please listen to webinar number 3, which is last week. And basically there we run through your method of obtaining your XO ID. So have a look at what we can give you there. The important thing to note on this page is you actually see. Hang on, I'm just going to get my highlighter. You actually see the webinars for term 2. There's a permanent link in that webinar for term 2 page that you can click on and you can register for the rest of the topics for the term. Here we go. So for the next week, we actually have a special guest from Literacy Planet. Her name's Helen, and she's going to be talking to us about the finer details of Literacy Planet. So what I'll do now, guys, is I'll lead you to the webpage for Literacy Planet. I'll show you how to get an account and go from there. Okay. So when we're all ready, again, as before, there's the hands up button and there's the question button. Feel free to use that, guys. That way, either Louisa, Jay, or myself can try to solve the questions you've got. Okay. And if you've got any issues hearing me or anything like that, let me know so I can get that sorted right away. Okay. Right. So the Literacy Planet homepage is nice and simple. It's literacyplanet.com. I'm sharing that with chat right now. Okay. Oh, hang on. Sorry. I meant to share that with everybody. All right. Okay. Now that URL, if you click on that, will lead you to this will lead you to this page. And what we need to do is click on this link, Literacy Planet for Teachers. Okay. And click on this link, start your school's free trial today. And once you've actually started that, once you've clicked on that, there's a few things you need to fill in. So I'm going to put this down. Okay. So click next. And then for the school name, just type your own school name. So in this case, I'm going to pick on Paul. So I'm going to go and then just type in the school's address. Which is where's Sydney? There we go. So when they actually contact you, an important thing to do is let them know that you're part of the XO schools. That way, when you're actually speaking with them, they'll be able to put you on the term 3 trial, and that's going to give you all of term 3 for free. Okay. So any questions so far? Right. Folks, what I'd like for you to do now is, technically speaking, you should have a device nearby. Why don't you guys go on and try to obtain that initial sign up now? That way, we've contacted the Literacy Planet people. They'll fast track uh, the contacts. So please go ahead and do that now. So So, who here is having difficulty accessing that website? Just quickly click the hands up button. Everybody able to follow me? Okay. Okay, so folks, technically what you should be doing right now is you'd be able to then have a look at the Literacy Planet website. You can then see this page that we're at the moment, and you'd be able to log on and let them know what's the best time for them to give you a call. And it basically just goes through and adds bits for you there. Add a class, add a student, get yourself started. I'll use one of the accounts that we have to show you what you can actually see. Okay. So my main concern is that if you guys are actually getting on the correct website and getting yourself to the right stages, by the end of this webinar, cool. Thanks, Polly. Okay. By the end of the webinar, I just wanted everybody to be on the same page, at least have that application through to Literacy Planet and have a bit of a play with us once you've completed those steps. So, Paul, you've got your hand up. I'm going to unmute you for a moment. G'day, Paul. How you going?
Hey, mate. Good, thanks, John. We're just struggling to get online at the moment, so I
Okay.
don't think it's your own. I think
Okay, not a problem. So basically, just internet's running a little slow.
yeah, at the moment, yeah.
Not a
We're
problem.
seeming to get yours straight pretty well, so I don't know what the problem is. So we'll let you know in a couple of minutes.
You got it. All right, boss. Thanks so much for letting us know. What I'll do is I'll meet you again. Thanks, Paul. So, folks, what we're going to do now is we're going to quickly have a look at what options you have as someone in Literacy Planet already. Now, next week, the whole idea is to revisit this and have the representative from Literacy Planet herself be here, and we'll be able to talk to you about how to make the most out of this software, how to create games for your students and all that kind of stuff. So she'll be able to then use the PC interface, and we'll be able to show you how that looks like in the XO as well. So what I've done is I've used Rangan's login and created logins for my children. Okay. Sorry, folks. I'm just quickly typing a response. Okay. So, folks, what I'm going to do now is what I've done is I've gotten my children uh, accounts so they can easily play with their well, so their dad can play with Literacy Planet. So I've added a student here, so you can actually see. Okay, well, what do we do now? Well, we've got this. Let's pick on my son Israel. Israel's a 5-year-old kid, and you can actually see what tasks he's done, what tasks he hasn't achieved anything just yet. And the last time he's actually touched it was the 16th of April. And he's been playing sight words, common sight words, and he's had sounds. So he's still learning how to read, my son. So he's actually still trying to get to grips of letters and sounds. And I was able to add tasks to his name. Hang on, I'm just going to go back to. Oops, wrong one. Okay. See, you can even actually add words on the list to help your children's vocabulary. You can just have a list, so you can have pre-prepared lists. All of these, we were told, comply to the basic numeracy and literacy skills. So this all looks pretty much a bit boring and cut and dry, but let me show you what it looks like on the app side of things. So going back to the XO, Okay. Right. So basically, what we're seeing here is uh, Easy's login, my son. So I'm going to go back to the main page so you can see what it looks like. Sorry, I'm just clicking on that back button there, touching that back button there, and I can see the main page now. Okay. So I'm not sure if you can see my black mouse. Here you go. I actually clicked on spelling, and you can then see you've got spelling list here. You can create a list. And what I've done is I actually just used my EXO there. I kind of swiped that way. Oops, sorry, that doesn't look very good. I'm going to use another color. I swiped this way so I can see more activities. Disasters, discoveries, mysteries, and all of these are designed to help the children learn numeracy and learn their phonics, learn how to read, that type of thing. Okay. Okay. So it's a pretty cool app. Quite like it. So I don't think you can hear it, but you actually have story bits here. So it's like a built-in storybook. Hang on, I'm gonna put it a little bit closer.
What am I? I am green. I have long legs and can jump.
And then you can then just grab the page and flip it using the touch screen, and you go into the next page. Okay, cool. So that's just one aspect of it. I just wanted to show you one of the other games that we have here. Sorry, folks, hold on a sec. Right, so getting back to the main page, I wanted to show you other things that you can do. So I'm going to go to one of the tasks there, level 1 task, and it's showing me I've got spelling. There you go. So I'm just going to quickly have a look at word recognition. So I've just pressed on that. So I'm going to go word snap. Great question, Paul. Paul McKillicuddy just asked how long is the free trial? You can actually use it for once you've logged on, you've got a month, and then all of term 3 will be free. So the actual conditions are on Lewis's entry.
All the wanted pirate penguins. Tap the snap button when you see a matching pair of words.
Sorry, I just got interrupted by the penguin. Hang on a sec, guys. Let me just pause this. There you go. I got one. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, just to answer that question, what I'll do is I'll lead you guys to the One Network site. Lewis is actually kind enough to do a quick write up on it. Here we go. So if everybody just has a look at this website here, I'm just putting it on chat. Okay. So you'd be able to see what Lewis did a write up on for Literacy Planet. And when you click on that, folks, there you go. You actually have your uh, Excel list here. You've got your teacher's instructions here. So basically, what this webinar is all about is just the voice version of what Lewis already wrote down here. So big thanks for her for doing all of that work. Okay, so to answer the question that Paul had, how long is a free trial? So just highlighting a few bits here. So schools participating with One Education, you get a free trial for each class to the end of term 3, and then you get a 50% discount at term 4. But if the whole school actually does the trial, it goes until the end of term 4. So you basically get the second half of the school year for free. And if you actually end up signing up, you've got some special deals on that as well. So we wanted to leave that decision for the schools to have. Main reason is, look, you may already be using it, or you may be thinking about getting it for your school. Please have a look at this. That way, at least you can make the choice for yourself if this is the right move for your school. Okay.
Just one more thing while we're on the forum page. Of course, this has all of the details that we have in terms of getting signed up, and as John mentioned, some of the discounts we're hoping schools will take advantage of. You'll see the Literacy Planet migration. This is actually an Excel document, as well as the teacher instructions that you can download to your computer from this page. The migration document essentially is what you want to send back after you received the welcome email. So once you do those registration steps that John first walked you through, they'll send you a welcome email and they'll request for you to send in your teachers and student names. So this migration Excel document is just a really easy, quick way to do that. And if you have your students' names in another similar document, you can actually copy and paste them over. And from there, they will automatically generate a username, logins, and passwords for your teachers and your students. Once the teachers receive that, they will be able to change the students' passwords if they need to, if they update it, but the usernames will be automatically generated. So just a point about that. So that would be a document you'd want when you're ready to start your trial.
Awesome. Thanks, Louisa. All right, guys. So basically, it's going to be a bit of a short one regarding Literacy Planet here. At the end of the webinar, all I wanted to do is make everybody have that application or uh, that login to Literacy Planet and have a bit of a play. Main reason is, come next week, we'll have the actual person from Literacy Planet here, so she'll be able to talk us through how to add words, how to add games to your students' computers. Just quickly showing you what other options you have. Oh, network connection lost. Fantastic. Don't you love technology? Sorry, folks, just re-establishing connection now. Okay. So with the Literacy Planet games that you've seen so far, okay, I'm just going to maximize this. Okay, so with the Literacy Planet games you've seen so far, all I basically did is go to my homepage as a quote unquote teacher under Rangan's login, and I was able to add words and games and curriculum parts for my student login. So that was for a 4-year-old a prep student. So if you'd like to have a look at what a year one or year two student will have, then that's what Helen from Literacy Plan is going to talk to us about. Okay, very good question. With Schoolbo, the main difference between these two is, as far as I can tell, Schoolbo is a bit bigger in terms of software size. It offers a little bit more um, but it also takes up quite a bit more memory. So um, yeah, there's a few nuance differences there. I don't really know how to answer that question without getting into too much of what Alex is going to discuss. But with Literacy Planet, they focus specifically on learning how to read, learning your phonetics, sorry, and teaching children how to spell. With Schoolbo, it's a bit of reading, a bit of mathematics. So it's a more of a more of a rounded program. So yeah. So I hope I managed to answer that question, Paul. Cool. All right. So, folks, basically that's what we wanted to talk about regarding your Literacy Planet. So please feel free to go to that website that I've typed on chat. Make sure that you've received your welcome email. If you have not received it, let us know. And what I wanted to do as well is get everybody familiar with a few apps. So the first app I wanted to encourage everybody to start using. So for the more advanced users of the XO, you'd probably know this already, but I want everybody to have a look at webinar number 3, which is last week. Lewis has put that on the forums already, because we actually discussed how to use your hang on, sorry, here you go. We discussed how to use the WPS software as well as your ES File Explorer. Now, why is that important? Well, because once you've got your students a little bit more proficient in your literacy, it might be a good idea to then put them onto practice by asking them to create a journal or create some sort of a storyline or tell the class about a news article they'd like to present. So one idea is, say for example, your students are able to say talk about their weekend, what did they do with mom and dad, that type of thing, and you encourage them to use the new words they've mastered using Literacy Planet. So just a little bit of a potential thing you could do there. So I've got a 5-year-old. No, she's not 5 anymore. I've got a 7-year-old at home that regularly likes to type on Word document, and I just wanted to encourage everybody to start challenging their students on uh, putting their IT knowledge to good use. Okay. Cool. So, folks, I'd like to open the floor for questions or concerns. If you've got, sorry, Tamara's got her hands up. Sorry. G'day, Tamara. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice that your hand was up. Is there anything we can help you with? Hi, Tamara. Okay. All right. So, alrighty. Well, folks, what I'll do now is if you haven't got any questions or if you've got any concerns, it's a great time for us to start sharing or anything like that. Okay, so Polly actually wrote a question here. She goes, my students are loving the XOs, but we're having some headphone issues. The headphones with the headphones jack work fine, but those with the USB connections or Bluetooth doesn't work properly. The sound continues to come out of the laptop speakers. Now, that's a good question. That's something I think we need to put forward to the guys in engineering. Main reason is it could be there's a driver that's missing that we haven't installed or something like that. Um, but yeah, look, I'll get Jay to have a look at that and get back to you. Okay. So Tamara, Miss Stoddart, if hang on, I hope is your microphone? Hang on, let me try that again. Can you hear me all right, Tamara? Can you speak? Okay. Seems like Tam's mic's not working apparently. Paul, no, it's Tamara from Nuwara Public School, not Tamara from Hilltop, so different Tamara. Alrighty. So, folks, what I'll quickly do now is I wanted to share with you a document that Louisa and I prepared yesterday, because it seems that, well, from what I can see here, majority of everyone here are at pretty much advanced. Oh, wait a minute. I've got Daria. Daria, is it okay if I unmute you? G'day, Daria.
Yeah. Hi, John.
Now, you've got your hand up. Is there something
Can you
you'd
hear
like
me?
to raise? Yes, we can hear you fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
One of the teachers asked me yesterday as to whether there were any issues using flash games with the XOs.
That's a very good question. Did you have a website in particular you'd like for us to have a look at for you?
I know she went in through Scootle. I'm not sure what the actual. So Scootle is like I don't know if it's Australia wide, but it's a department thing where there's a lot of interactive activities that are linked to the curriculum. And she
Okay.
said that a message popped up, something along the lines of, you need a flash player to play this game.
Okay, not a problem. Wait a minute. I'm just gonna go through Scoodle. I found it on. Sorry. As we're talking, I've typed it in. Can you see that on the shared screen?
Yeah, but there's lots and lots of resources there, so I'm not sure which specific one she went to.
Well, what I'll do is I've been having a look at Soundwaves 2 online, and this one is Flash enabled, so it's Java based, so they'd be able to have a play on it. If you can actually give us the website, we'd be able to investigate on our side. One option that you have, which is a quick fix, basically, is if you have a look at the XO app drawer. Let me just
Yeah.
let me just quickly highlight that one, which is that XO man down the bottom right there. So if you press that, you'd find that XOs have two internet browsers as standard. The first one you've got, of course, Chrome, and the second one is just creatively named browser. Okay, so for Shockwave and Java, we suggest people use the regular browser, which is this one, and more
Also
often,
not Chrome.
yes, that's correct. With Chrome, for some reason, they've stopped supporting Shockwave and Java.
Oh, okay.
So have a ask your teacher to have a try of the standard, just the stock standard browser that we've got there. For some reason,
Okay.
yeah, they're quite Shockwave and Java friendly. So if you've got license to do Literacy Planet, no, sorry, license to do Reading Eggs, you can even type in Reading Eggs on browser, and that'll let you go through.
Okay, excellent. I'll give that a try.
Cool.
The other question I have, we've just recently gone through and updated all the XOs, so the kids are pretty excited and they're going into Google Play Store because we've connected it up to Google Apps for Education.
Yes, fantastic.
And yeah, so we've realised we have to set up some ground rules. So some of the kids apparently are saying that they can go in and in Google Play download things like Facebook and YouTube, which normally would be blocked through the proxy. So if they download the app, like a Facebook app or a YouTube app, does that then circumvent the proxy and allow them access?
As far as I know, um, Because actually, I just came back from prac uh, with a bunch of high school students, and for as far as I know, the firewall prevents them from accessing YouTube and Facebook, as far as I know,
No, well, it does if they go through the browser, but apparently the kids were saying if they go into Google Play Store,
and download
download
the
the
app.
app,
Mhm.
then they can connect. And it seems I don't know. I haven't
Mm,
because obviously with mine I've got teacher rights, so if I do it, it works for me.
definitely, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
As far as I know, it
but with
should.
them,
Mm. So, whereabouts are you located, by the way?
as in state,
Yeah, yeah.
is that what you mean?
Yes, ma'am.
New South Wales.
Okay. So, as far as I know, the New South Wales proxy should be able to block it even on the app form.
Okay.
So, it's a pretty hefty firewall. Polly Ann was saying, uh, just as soon as you see it, delete it. Which is we can do that, but um, if you've got it might be a bit time consuming trying to catch these kids. Like I remember doing a math class, and I can see some kids chatting using you can't. How do I say this? The creativity of kids to skip on work is ingenious. If there's a way for them to skip work and muck around, they're gonna find it. Is that about right? So
Oh yeah, definitely.
and I'm only a prac teacher. I'm just about, I just basically started. But yeah, hang on, Lewis. I just wanted to say a couple of things. Hold on a sec.
I've had a few questions about kind of online security and a few schools doing a take-home program with the EXOs. But of course, when they get taken home, they're not protected by the proxy anymore. And if the parents aren't supervising, then you never know what's going to end up on there. So that's a good point about the YouTube app being enabled. But I did make a post in the forums just today, just putting my ideas out there on providing a few security measures, just different things. So in the actual Play Store, you can set a maturity level. And I don't know if that's going to filter out YouTube or not, but I definitely you put a low maturity level and it'll only show you um, just young kid games, I suppose. I haven't played around too much with it yet. Um, and also there is, just because Pollyanna, she said she went around and deleted the Play Store before anyone got a hold of it. There's something called Smart App Lock, and there's actually a few apps that will do this, and it enables a PIN for you to access it. So with this smart app lock, if you set it up, you can choose any app on the XL that you would want to block or have a password protect over it. So most common would be the Google Play Store. Um, and essentially, it doesn't even show them that it needs a PIN number. It comes up with a fake crash or this app has failed screen, and then there's kind of like a little hint down the bottom for if you are a teacher and you do want to open up that app for you to put in the password, but it kind of just takes them straight back to the home screen. So they think the app has just crashed and it's not working, and might deter them from doing it again. So those are
Well,
definitely some.
we've decided to. Yeah, no, we've decided to use Smart App Block as a deterrent. So we're sort of trying to give them a little bit of leeway and say, look, you're not supposed to download anything from Google Play Store unless you've, got permission. And if you fail to follow that, then we will Smart App Block, your exos. Just because we've got over 200 devices, so to go through and do that on every single device is a bit time consuming. But I guess I just wanted the reassurance that if they are downloading, if they're sort of not going through the browser, but just downloading the apps, that proxy is still preventing them from accessing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
as
that
far
does
as
make
you
a
know,
little bit
it
tricky.
should. So as far as you know, it should still prevent them, even if they go via the proxy, if they go via the app.
I would like to say so, yes. Obviously, I can't duplicate the experience in a school, so you could definitely try for yourself. But again, I would definitely recommend changing that maturity level in the Play Store if you're finding it's an issue.
Hmm.
So
Okay,
if you have any
but
other
again,
suggestions,
it's still sorry.
if you have any suggestions or if you find a few more glitches, just from trying it yourself, just put a post on that thread, and I'd be happy to help you out.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool. So, all right. Thanks so much, Daria. That was really good. Thank you so much for sharing. I'll put you on mute again. But, folks, if you've got any other questions similar to what Daria just shared, I think it's very important to actually give it a try. As in, if you find a student with their Facebook login or something like that, technically they're not allowed to have Facebook logins until they're like 13 or something like that. I'm not really too sure what the age limit is now, but yeah, have a go. Actually, have a look at them. Have a look at grab their Excel, try logging in on their Facebook, and if it logs in straight through, then that is a concern. We can move forward for that. But if it's able to be blocked by the proxy, then yeah, there shouldn't be a problem. All right, so folks, another question that is quite popular is regarding your XO ID. Now, just to let you know, firstly, the One Network and the forums page are all linked with XOID now. So it's just the same. It's the same as your teacher login on the XOID, and that leads you to your cool little looking avatar, and you can then make posts on One Network as well as the as well as the forums. Um, I've just found and linked Lewis's online security app post on the forums page. So please find that on the chat that I've just entered in. Okay. So before we get going, what I wanted to show you guys is one of my favorite apps. It's called Cashier. Hang on, let me just put it on mute. It is quite loud. Um, Before I do that, I'm going to do another poll real quick. And this is basically not just for New South Wales. What we've been looking at is we've been finding it a lot helpful to have a personalized time for each school. And what we wanted to do is for interstate schools, we'll be able to do a conference call. So during your PDs or during your staff meetings, we'd be able to take up about 30 minutes of your time, teach and encourage all of the teachers on how to use your Android XOs or even change over to the Android XOs. And for those of you who are from New South Wales and are within reasonable driving distance from our Sydney office, we'd be able to pop in, say hi. As long as you've got decent tea and coffee, we'd be able to do that. Just kidding. If you guys are willing, we'd be able to get that sorted for you and have a personalized time talking about how to basically maximize your XOs. Okay, so coming up to the minute mark, folks, just closing that. Okay, closing that now. So majority of you are willing to attend a training session outside of your school. Basically, the reason why that pops out is I wanted to make sure that I can invite other schools and maximize the area. So say, for example, if I go to, I'm going to pick on Paul again. If I'm going to go to Paul's school at Roos, I'd be able to invite Claymore, Campbelltown, um, Kentland, that way. That way you'd be able to get. Sorry, sorry. Polly just wrote something on chat on the questions. So yeah, that way we can maximize the effectivity of having that webinar there. So I mean, in terms, what Polly said is you should have said within driving range of Sydney before I voted yes. So Polly's in. Yeah, it's a bit of a drive from. It's a bit of a drive from us in Sydney to get to you guys, unfortunately. Yeah, Gladstone's about a 17-hour drive. Sorry. But what I can do is I can organize a personalized staff meeting with you guys if you're interested. I'll put up a post on the forums, folks, so you can have a look at it. Hang on a sec. Okay. And yeah, just please reply. Oh, you can't get onto the forums. Hang on. I'll just make sure that Jay knows about. So Mr. McKillicuddy said that he's having issues to get onto the forums. Jay's going to get onto that and have a chat with you on the questions, Paul. But yeah, look, guys, that's basically it for now. It's going to be short and sweet. We just wanted to introduce everyone to Literacy Planet. If you don't have the page, I'm just going to quickly link it to everyone now. Hang on a sec, folks. and make sure, please, guys, that you can actually have Literacy Planet ready and raring to go for next time. Okay. All right. So, folks, before I close the session off, is there anything else that's in dire need of assistance or something that we can help you guys out with? Okay. Now, to close us off, I just wanted to do one more poll just so I can know how to best manage the next lot of webinars. I want to know what the most common use is for your XOs. So just let us know, say for example, if there's majority of you using your XOs for internet browsing, then click on that. If majority of people are using it for reading or literacy or composing, click on that. Okay. Okay. So the next lot of webinars we're going to be doing, folks, is going to be focusing after of course we do the school bar. Is we're going to look at Lensu, and we're going to actually look at how we can do art, storytelling, public speaking, all rolled into one using Lensu video. Okay, great. Closing this poll. So just to share that with everyone, most of the people said they're looking at literacy, reading comprehension, and internet browsing comes second after that. So I'd like to encourage you guys to also use Lensu. It's a great app, and it's actually quite powerful. All right, folks, that's basically it. Thank you so much for your time. But before you go, please make sure you visit our webinar forum post. You can see all of the other the previous webinars they're linked on. Okay, so Fiona's actually got something. Hang on, Fiona, is it okay if we have a chat? I'm going to unmute you. Is your microphone working okay? Hi, Fiona.
Is it working?
Yes, I can hear you fine.
I'm not sure.
No, I can hear you fine. We can hear you fine.
Yeah.
No, we can hear you
Hello?
fine. Yep, we can hear you fine. It's just got a bit of a lag time, that's all.
Hello?
Hi. we can definitely hear you fine.
Not working.
No, we hear you fine. We hear you fine.
Ah, I can't hear you though.
What? Okay. Someone must have muted me.
Louder. Yep, I can hear you now.
There you go. So Fiona,
Sorry, my computer had been muted and my daughter's talking to me at the same time.
right. So you said that you haven't been using many apps, and you're trying to work out a Google account. Most of the
Yeah.
apps that we've got are preloaded. You see.
Yeah, we've explored some of the preloaded ones, but yeah, we haven't been able to add any of our own yet. It's still in process with the IT department.
That's okay. What I wanted to show you guys basically is you can, with the students, you don't actually have to use the IT guys anymore, because we've got the Exos app universe available for everyone to use. So you can sign in with your Exo ID, and you can download the most of the apps that I've talked about, and most of the apps that we focused on are free to download, and a lot of them, their licenses are we can use them for XO users, so that's not a problem. But we can also, like say for example, Caustic. That's normally a hang on. I'm just going to highlight that. That's normally a $10 around about a $10 paid app, but the developer managed to give it to us for free. So those are the things that's available there for you. You can just download that, not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so feel free to just have a bit of a go at other apps. Otherwise, like I said, you've already got your the preloaded ones there for the students to use for a bit of literacy and numeracy. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, our IT person is just he doesn't want us to use any of our own Google accounts, like our staff email. He doesn't want that for the
That.
students.
Yeah, yeah,
Doesn't want that linked. But
yeah.
we have looked at the ones available on App Universe. We're exploring them still.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. All right. Well, if you need any assistance, or hang on, whereabouts are you located at Queensland?
Charters Towers near Townsville.
Okay. So what I might do is I'll have an email conversation with you separately, and we can organize a staff conference call, so I can try to I guess walk you guys through a few apps and just build the teacher's confidence in using it.
Yeah, I'm confident with some of the App Universe ones. It's just yeah, it'd be nice to get onto the Google Play Store too, but we're working on it.
One step at a time.
It is one step at a time.
Well, Polly Ann, she's actually from Queensland as well. She was suggesting, actually, why don't I open that up? Hang on a sec. So, Polly, I'm gonna. Hopefully, your microphone works. G'day, Polly. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Awesome. So, did you want to? Fiona's from Gladstone or Townsville as well.
Yeah, near Townsville.
Yep, cool. So, did you want to say? Did you want to say what you suggested on the questions pane for Polly? Polly Ann. Okay. Basically, what Pollyann said is Gladstone Central School made a generic a generic Google account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've asked. That's what I've asked our IT guy to do at the moment. So that's
Ah,
the step we're on.
fair enough. Fair, not a problem. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
we thought of that too. If we just have one that the staff can share, and that if we control most of that rather than the kids, because we're only using them with grade 2 and 3.
oh no, oh no. Okay. Well, what I'll do is, like I said, I'll have a chat with you privately on email, and we can try to sort something out in terms of um a, a professional development or something like that for the teachers. So we can just maximize before going onto the Play Store. Let's maximize what we have here right now, so you don't have to make that extra effort. All right, I'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Fiona.
That sounds
Cheers. Okay. So for Tamara Stoddart, Tamara, I'd try to give you a call tomorrow and or have a chat with you via email, and we can try to sort something out. And in terms of either us going over there at Nuara and having a chat with everyone. Yeah, Polly, sorry, technology has that way of just really messing us about. And before before I can hear you fine, you can interact with us fine, and yeah. All right, folks, that basically concludes the webinar for today. So please make sure that next week when you join us to formalize the Literacy Planet Term 3 free trial, you've already had a bit of a look on the website. And if not, join us anyway, because we're going to be talking about what you can use. Basically, look, if you guys aren't interested in getting Literacy Planet, it's still worth having a visit, because it'll just open up your options in terms of what's available out there. All right, folks, I will leave you to it, and I will, like I said, I will give you guys emails separately so we can get this sorted out. Okay. All right, folks, all the best. And if you have any other questions or queries, please feel free to give us a call. We do have, hang on a sec, I'll just open up that phone number of ours so you guys can have a look. Okay. Anyway, I'll just type that on chat. So just feel free to give us a call if you have any issues. That way we can try to solve it for you. And if you are interested in having a chat with us on a one-to-one level in terms of having the staff participate in a conference call, let us know as well. All right, folks, I will leave you to it. Have a great afternoon. And if you guys want to join us again, it's at Thursdays at 4 in the afternoon and at 6 in the evening. All right, guys, I'll leave you to it. Have a great afternoon. Bye bye now.